Coming to you live from Rublin Studio in Brooklyn, New York. The hot new internet talk show, Know Yourself, where we inform you, inspire you, and encourage you to know yourself. And here to help you do just that, your host, Mr. Brian McCoy.
Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of the Internet Talk Show, Know Yourself. I'm your host, Brian McCoy. Today's show is going to be a little different. We're dealing with how knowing yourself can help you turn a tragic situation into a triumphant victory. Our guest today can certainly attest to that, so stay tuned. We'll be right back. Hey everyone, today's guest personifies courage and determination. She has truly taken a tragic situation and turned it into a triumphant victory, not only for herself, but for all those that she comes in contact with. She's the CEO and founder of NAC Foundation. Ladies and gentlemen, Ms. Reese Napper-Williams.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing well.
Good. You have this type of glow about you as it's late. You want to tell the people about this glow, or shall I mention it?
I think today makes 18 days since I've been married.
Wow,
So-
congratulations.
Thank you.
Miss Williams.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Mrs.
It's
Yes.
all over your face.
Yeah.
That's
It's
wonderful.
a happy time in my life.
How's it feel?
Different.
Different?
Different.
A lot
After
of
being
adjustment.
single, for so long and raising sons by yourself, making all major decisions and just out there doing what you want to do, when you want to do it.
No one to
So-
respond to everything.
Exactly. Big change, but it's a good change.
Good, it shows.
Yeah,
It
it's a good
shows.
change. Thank you.
I want to go back a few years to that night, August 7th, 2006. Take us back to that night and tell us exactly what happened. You got that call that changed your life forever.
The funny thing is, I can remember almost everything that happened before the call or before I was given the news, but a lot of it fades out after that. It was a Monday, August 7, 2006. At that time, I was living in Union City, New Jersey. 2 to 3 blocks over is the river. You can look over and see a picturesque view into the city, and that was my Monday ritual.
So at what point did this tragic event allow you to say, I want to make a change, I want to help, I want to take this and build on it and make a change?
When I realized, or when I was told that the young man that pled guilty to my son's murder was 15 years old, and that he was, I want to say, coerced or manipulated, and I was using that word for a while, but come to find out the young man already had a record, so it didn't take much for this to happen. But, he was promised guns and drugs from a 32-year-old to retaliate the murder of his loved one that he just lost. So in making that change, I didn't want, or I do not want another 15-year-old to feel that he has to do things like this in order to be known or noticed or anything like that.
Now, when you went to court and you saw the man, not the child, the man who was behind all of this, and you heard him basically kind of justify what he did, try to justify what he did by saying that your son was involved or a part of something. How did that make you feel?
Well, he was 32 years old. His name is Ronnie Wright, and I'll never forget it because Ronnie is the affectionate name that I called my son, Andrell Deron Napper, but he's always been my Ronnie. So it was a name that a term of endearment that I used for my son now that tormented me at night. And what he actually said was, your son was standing in front of the building with bad people. That's what he said. And that was like a pierce in my heart because that was actually at the sentencing. And you're given an opportunity to speak to the defendant at sentencing, and my speech was about taking responsibility for what happened, taking responsibility for my son being dead, for the 15-year-old, for all of these lives that have been damaged because of your actions. So when he got up and he spoke about, your son was standing in front of the building with bad people, you have a choice. I got up and I chose to walk out of the courtroom. And I told the judge and I told the lawyer, let me know when he's finished. Because you cannot justify that. Or maybe he can in his head to help him get through the day, but it's no justification.
What did you say to him? You finally got your opportunity to speak out to him, knowing everything that he had said, knowing that he was behind taking your baby away from you. What did you say to him?
Well, I first had pictures of my son, because when a person talks, you can tune them out. But I had pictures of my son. I had pictures of all of his little cousins, his little god brother Elijah, his little cousin Makai, who he was waiting for to babysit that day. I had pictures of everybody to show him whose lives he affected. And I said, this is my child. You may have seen him as just a figure running away from gunshots because he was shot in the back of his head. But this was the person that you killed. You know, this was him. He was 21 years old. He loved to cook. I gave him background on my son. He graduated from Juilliard. He won skateboarding at Chelsea Piers. Told him so much about him. You know, and I told him, I said, one day you will be released from jail. But if you don't come to forgiveness or repentance, I pray that he torments you every night. That you know, you may be free physically, but mentally. I pray that those chains are there until you're changed, because you'll go out and do it again.
Exactly. We'll be right back with more from Miss Reese Napple